Hey everybody, I'm Mel and I want to welcome you to our video interview where we gather top professional real estate agents and coaches so they can share valuable tips and strategies for agent success. Whether you're a team member, solo agent, new agent, or seasoned professional looking to take your business to the next level, we're here for you. So we hope you like, subscribe, and tap that bell so you get notified with each new video to help you close more deals, help more clients, use systems, and leverage agent talent to grow your own real estate business. We are so fortunate to have Amber Perks today. And this interview I love because this gal is so busy in real estate, consistently killing it in real estate. So we are very honored to get some top 3 tips for agents out there from Amber Perks. Thank you, Amber, for doing this.
You're so nice. Thanks.
You're killing it in video. You're doing all the right things. Not you were like the pop by queen, but you add on to top of that all the video you're doing, and you're just out there more and more and more. And isn't that what agents have to do right now in the shift in 2023?
Absolutely. I really feel like there's a lot of people who are on the sidelines just waiting for the right opportunity or for them to feel comfortable to move forward. And all
Right.
of the agents that are they just disappear when it gets slow, or they just think that everyone's going to remember their name. That is not going to work.
Right.
The more you're in front of people, the more you're reminding people that you are here, that you're here for them, you're helping them. They remember all of that. And so when they are ready, they're going to remember the people who've consistently stayed in front of them, not who they met 6 months to a year ago one time and they don't remember.
Right. So do you feel like it was becoming you can see a retraction of agents, right? And
Yeah.
you can see it's still happening. I mean, I've reached out to a few and they've actually taken jobs. And so that's kind of crazy because we're just about ready to really enter, I believe, a very, very busy time in real estate. So if you can do the things and listen to these, like the 3 top things that Amber is telling her clients or home sellers, and to be more prepared, and her home buyers to comfort them through this time, then you will be able to still get a piece of the transactions that are going on right now, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, if you think about, you have about, what is it, 65-ish% of transactions closing with seller concessions. If you have a buyer who is in need of any sort of down payment assistance or some concession credit, this is a great time to do that, because you have to remind your buyer they're already paying a mortgage. If they are living with shelter over their head, they are paying a mortgage, whether it's theirs or someone else's. So they may as well jump in the game when they can actually get all of the help to do that, because oftentimes you're seeing concessions up to $12,000 to $15,000. The majority of people don't have that kind of money saved into their account available to spend without completely wiping out their accounts.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can get the seller to pay for that, and sellers need to have that expectation going in right away, that whatever they're listing their home for, expect to take at least 10,000 off of that for concessions.
Yeah.
They need to know that so it doesn't catch them off guard when they start receiving offers. And that is what people are asking for.
Yeah, yeah, that's just a reality. And you can actually show them, right, the graphs and the statistics to support that, like on the Crawford report or the MLS stats. You can show them this. So that is so important to prepare them, like you say, to prepare your home sellers, and to also let them know that the buyers right now, they are going to be pickier, because not only do they want to have that seller concessions, they want a buffer if it were to drop a little bit more, if the market were to drop. And I know there's some agents that are saying, heck yeah, there's some total fear people out there that are saying it's going to drop like dramatically. But like we were talking, okay, what if it doesn't? What if it doesn't? Because we were looking over talking about all the statistics, And yes, we've already said there's no, what they called liar loans, no verification for a loan. There's no more of those loans anymore. So people in their house, they were well qualified to buy that house. So we're not going to have the foreclosures that we had. Also, there's a lot of renters in homes. Even though there's a lot of iBuyers out there, is what I see. They are the distressed sellers right now, the iBuyers. And
Well, the iBuyers overpaid for their product. They
yep,
overpaid for the house. That anything that is on the market right now, if it is priced well and it is nice and clean inside, it's selling.
yeah,
And oftentimes, I've sent a couple of messages and they have 2 and 3 offers on the property
yeah,
and they're nice. But it's because people are being picky and they're waiting for the right opportunity to come up. You don't have people panic buying. You have people who
right,
are level-headed, they're grounded, they're ready to make this move, and they're going to wait for the right
right,
house to come on the market.
yeah.
And they
So
can.
so
So
important to set that expectation with the seller. So good. Do you think that it's a really good idea to be in a collaboration group with other agents to see what they're doing, like timely information every week?
yeah, I think it's important for you to completely immerse yourself into the business. If you come across as a part-time agent, people are going to think you're a part-time agent and you're not really in it. You need to be able to rattle off all of the statistics accurately. That's the key. Don't just rely on everyone else. Do the research yourself, ask around, make the phone calls. I've spoken to several agents who I respect and admire to see what they're doing, not just in their business in general, but what they're seeing with their buyers and sellers.
Right.
And it's pretty consistent across the board. If they have a listing that is, I think back in the summertime, everything just stopped and it really caught people off guard and everybody was waiting for the bottom to fall out.
Yeah.
And it didn't. It just
Yeah.
kind of gently coasted down, and the buyers are still out there. The population supports the demand. Arizona is still growing. We're still a very young state. So the people are still there. We're not in a foreclosure crisis. We're in an affordability crisis.
Right.
It's very different. And the
Right.
people who have homes have skin in the game. They're not just going to let these homes go. They
Right.
have hundreds of thousands of dollars of money from the sale of their previous home in that house at a 3% interest rate. They're not just going to walk away. You're not
Right.
going to, I really don't feel like you're just going to see everyone just walk away from their homes like you did before.
Right.
People are holding on to them.
Yeah.
But you're not going to see as much movement, but people are still coming of age where they're moving out on their own. There's still people who move here for jobs. There's still people who get married, divorced, have extra kids, get rid of their kids. There's always a need for housing.
Right.
So you just have to make sure that people understand that really the best time to buy a home is when you can afford to, because you want to get into something you can afford. You don't want to get over your head, but
Right.
anything is better than renting and making someone else rich.
Absolutely.
A lot of
Absolutely.
investors, that's why there's investors. That's why there's a lot of wealthy people out
Yep.
there.
That's right.
you
That's
know,
right. And yeah, I noticed a lot of investors still doing things, but like you said, people that think they can make a quick buck, not so much now, not a quick buck.
no,
But if you've
it's not
got,
the market to do that for sure, but it
yeah,
is the market to hold, to buy and hold for
yes,
sure.
right, right. So that's really helpful too. Have to help your buyers understand what their goals are. You know, also they need to think about, are they the kind of people that have to move, for their job sooner than the average? What is the average? Like 7 years now, people are in their
Mhm.
home. So it's not like people are just hopping in and buying, not staying there anyway. They're staying for the most part, unless they have a job that they have to move. And then you got to be really cautious and you have to think about that and plan for that. Because it is not, I mean, it's funny because this happens every time that the market softens. You see all the people that were fix and flippers, all the people that were wholesaling, they start selling programs. They start selling coaching programs. And I see it everywhere. They're going to teach you how to get rich overnight, and you know, that's not the market for that. But this is a great market for home buyers and home sellers if they use a realtor that is honest with them and shows them the reality of where we are right now.
Yeah, I mean, people just need to know the truth, and people need to know the data. People will make their own decisions for themselves with the proper information. And they will go through you because you gave them that information and you told them what they needed to hear, whether they wanted to hear it or not.
Right.
Because a lot of times people don't like what they hear, but if they hear it and they process it and go, okay, I see what you're saying. I don't like it, but I can deal with it.
Right.
And sellers are going to have to fix up their homes a little bit. You have to clean it. You have to have it decluttered. You have to depersonalize it. You need to do all of those things if you're going to sell a home right now. And a buyer needs to understand they do have some negotiating power, but people aren't accepting these $50,000 to $100,000 below list price offers. They're not even getting countered. They're just flat getting rejected. People have no interest in just completely letting their house go.
Right.
Because
right.
they and in this market, a lot of people who were thinking about listing their home, they ended up just putting a tenant in there, using that income from the tenant so it doesn't count against their debt to income ratio, and they buy another home. And
Right.
that's how they're doing it. They're not letting them go just for
Right.
nothing.
Yeah.
You know, we are not seeing that.
Yeah. Yeah. I've noticed a lot of the ones that, you know, they haven't fixed up. Yeah, they've got to price it, you know, at the low end of the market for that, because the homes that are more dated and things like that, they are going to sell more at the low end of the range, and you can't expect to get something at the high end of the range in a time that's a soft market like this. But like you said, if they are clean, decluttered, and you know, fairly updated, they're going to get offers, and it just might take a little bit longer. They have to be realistic in their days on market.
Yeah, you can't just go out of town for the weekend and come back to 12 offers
Oh,
and
you
see
can't.
which one
No.
you want. You
No.
actually have to keep your house looking nice for a couple of months. Like it's back to a normal market of how
Yeah.
it was. But really, the people who are buying are serious buyers.
Yeah.
They're not just desperate because they're afraid to be homeless. They're not settling. When they find the home that they like, they love it.
Yeah.
And so that's something to keep in mind too. And look at your house as you would as a buyer, and go look at model homes, look and see how things are decorated, see what you're competing with new construction.
I love that.
So you need to see what your competition is.
Right.
View homes that are vacant, that you don't want to disrupt a buyer or a seller that lives in a home. I think that's extremely rude. But if it's a vacant home and it's comparable to yours, have your agent go take you to it so you can see what you're up against. It's important. You need to know what you're up against.
Yeah. That is super important. That's really good advice to help educate the home sellers as they're going out there, what to compare with. Because that's what the appraisers are looking at. That even, you know, they're looking at the comparables that are the competition, the direct competition, and that's important.
And if they can see a home is active, that is beautiful, but it's been on the market for 60 days, it's overpriced, because if it's beautiful, it would have sold if it was, the market would bear it. So the appraiser is going to look at that and say, well, this active comp is not going to sell for this. So it shouldn't be priced here. It needs to be priced a little bit lower. Appraisers are being very, very, very conservative with their appraisals right now. So that is another thing to keep in mind. And you do not want to get stuck chasing the market downwards as a listing agent, because every month you do that price reduction, you're still high.
Yeah.
You're not getting below it. So
Right.
you need to make sure that you're setting that expectation going ahead. It's not the market to say, let's price it here and see what happens. Like you're chopping your own foot off.
Yeah. You won't be able to just go and help the seller do what they need to do and move on with their life. It's good stuff. And I know you're very successful, you know, and you're doing a great job for your home buyers and home sellers. No regrets from them, because you really do take the time to educate them on this is what we're dealing with right now. But I think it's great.
For a lot of people, it's not the right time. It's, it's not. And it's okay. It is okay to tell your clients, this isn't the best time for you.
Yeah.
Let's wait a minute. It's
Yeah.
okay. Be honest. That's the biggest thing,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
budget your money so you can weather through the slow times.
Right. Right. That's good for agents too, right? We should
Yeah.
totally budget right now. Really quick, what's your number? If anybody is looking for an agent or you are an agent and you want to collaborate with Amber, give your phone number where they can contact you.
480-521-5394. That's
Awesome.
my
Awesome.
my
All
cell phone
right.
number.
Thank you guys. Keep following for more in the future, and we will see you next time.
Bye, Mel.
Bye.